Hey, boss, Maurice Green with the UFC. You watching the Unnamed Sports Show.
What's up? It's your man No Malice, and you are checking out Gorilla Cross Radio. Speak life.
Broadcasting Las Vegas. You're tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
I'm on my way, get it like Toby. You on my way, don't get cozy. Give me my trophy. Yeah, I had to pray, I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot, I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe. Yeah, I'm on my way, get it like Toby. You on my way, don't get cozy. Give me my trophies. Yeah, I had to pray, I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot, I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe. Yeah, killing my verses, living my purpose. Yeah, killing my burdens, giving my service. Yeah, I had to pray, I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot, I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe.
Yo, what's up, and welcome to another episode of Unnamed Sports Show right here on Gorilla Cross Radio, streaming live on GorillaCross.com, the Gorilla Cross app, all social media. We are here live on this late Thursday night, right after Thursday Night Football. I'm your host, Quan59. Got my man just in time, Josh Williams, in the building. What's good?
Oh, man. These late nights, especially after practice, I'm quite exhausted, but we're going to make it through. We're going to get through this.
They put you to a lot of work, right?
Yeah. Today we were a couple girls short, so I had to get up and down, and it.
Okay.
Yeah. After Zupas, that was a very dangerous decision.
But listen, man, there's a lot to talk about in sports today, so we're going to jump right into it with the NFL. Thursday Night Football game, a lot to talk about in UFC. A lot in the NBA, man. Doc lost his job on Monday, live on the show. He got a job on Thursday, live on the show. So we'll talk about that, man.
Back up the Hertz truck. He's moving east.
He's moving east. We'll talk about that, man. Is that a good move for Philly? Is that a good move for Doc? We'll talk about that in a minute. And is that fair? Because there's a lot of coaches been waiting for jobs. So we'll talk about that as well. And we will talk about the domination that happened yesterday in Game 1 of the NBA Finals, the Lakers and the Heat. But let's jump into it right now, right away. The Jets and the Broncos, man, really good, entertaining game. We talk about it all the time, man. Some of these Thursday night games are rough sometimes. Thursdays are rough, but this one was two 0-3 teams. We look at the records, and we're like, this can't be a good game. But at least it was an entertaining game, high-scoring game, like you were saying off air.
Yep.
And, in our Unnamed Sports Show group, I picked the Jets. I picked the Broncos to win.
Okay.
I believe you picked the Broncos to win too, right?
I did. In the group, in real life with my money, I took the Jets.
See, man, you gotta trust yourself more.
With
your group picks.
That game was the game where I was that's why I really wasn't sure, because I was like, I feel like I might have picked the Jets somewhere, and I felt like the Broncos would win, but yeah, I think that pick was more or less trying to get some money in case.
Trying to get some money, yeah.
Trying to get some money if the Jets were the easier pick to make more money, and both teams could have won. So
yeah. One of your favorite quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah.
His nephew was the quarterback for the Broncos tonight.
There's
Talk
a new
about
rip.
that.
There's a new rip.
19 for 31, 242 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 3 INTs.
With a pick six.
But they did win the game.
Yeah. I mean, look, listen. It was an exciting game to see 2 young quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So, and both young quarterbacks were playing well. I'd say well-ish. Sam Darnold has to do more. To throw for over 200 yards, but no touchdowns, no picks, like that's not even managing the game, really. You know what I mean?
Adam Gase has been a horrible coach.
You guys hate Gase.
He's just a horrible coach.
The Gase hate is real on a name.
There's some 0-3 teams, and now he's the first 0-4 coach in the league right now. Does he last through, this weekend into next week?
I think it might have been Dave that said on air our last episode that it's with quarantine, with COVID, everything. I think that this year we're not going to see anybody get fired mid-season because your options are very minimal. Like it's not like you could even try to pull in someone new. So what are you? It's not really a net positive if you. Do
and we can say that with the NFL, but then we look at the NBA. They were in a bubble. They dealt with the quarantine. They dealt with Corona, COVID. We saw one of the coaches for the top teams get fired in Doc Rivers. We saw other coaches get fired that.
With Brett Brown. The man he's replacing.
Exactly. So the NBA didn't seem to care about that. So I'm not sure if the NFL is, because these owners, you still got a full season.
Yeah.
So are they going to put up with that? Dan Quinn so far has been safe.
Somehow.
But he's got his team to the Super Bowl at least.
Exactly.
With Adam Gase, I'm just not sure. I mean, he already looked lost before he even got to the Jets.
Yeah.
And he's looked lost right now being with the Jets. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
He's the new Jim Zorn. I'll just say that.
Okay.
Where things just, it's a lot of good talk. You know what I mean? Like, every time you listen to him, you're like, I think I can get behind this guy. And then the game starts and you're like, well, pull it together.
Yeah.
I don't know when. For me, I just don't know when the bad performance is going to also match up with him losing his job.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess I'd have to see who his coordinators are because, again, if you fire someone, especially in season, who's going to replace them? So if he's smart enough to not have good quality coordinators, then he probably is safe.
Yeah.
So.
All right. What else was I going to say? There was something else about football that I was going to say. I had it on my mind.
Something else about this game? About this game?
It was a good game.
It's
Fun game. Entertaining.
Both teams played hard.
Both teams played hard. But it's a Thursday night game. I'm 1-0 so far for the week. So are you. So
I am
shout out.
Quietly, but
And the funny thing is, I wanted to pick the Jets. I didn't. I went with my gut.
Yeah.
You figured this would be the game the Jets do something. And I just don't trust them enough to do anything. And they didn't. Well,
the Broncos in the end have a better overall team. They just do. Both defensively and also in terms of skill players on offense, they have a much better team. Now, their quarterback being out, that was the only thing that gave me pause.
Yeah.
If Locke had been in there, it would have been a whole different pick. I wouldn't even have looked the Jets' way. But with Rippon coming in for his first start, you never know.
Yeah.
So.
And we are going to give our week 4 picks on the show, and we're going to go quick. Me and Josh, we already got everyone else's picks in the chat group, so me and you will go back and forth with that in a minute. If you guys are watching live on Facebook or YouTube, please share the live video stream with your people. Share it with people, man, especially on the West Coast. We know you're all still up. You don't have jobs still. A lot of you are still unemployed. So you can be here. I mean, listen, you're getting the money, though. You're getting paid. A lot of you are making more money than you were before, but
that's a different story.
Please share the live video stream with your people, and we do appreciate you guys tuning in with us every week, twice a week now, and we're happy to be here twice a week, man.
Love it.
It was a hard quarantine period.
Yes,
not being able to talk about anything except the Bulls dynasty.
Yes. Last Dance. Hey, listen. Have you gone and rewatched Last Dance?
No, but I am gonna watch Blade Runner.
Blade Runner,
your boy. The 30 for 30, 4-part
Blade Runner. I hate you so much.
That's what they call him.
He is the Blade Runner. Hey, I started watching that first episode, but sadly it was like 1 a.m. and I had to shut it down.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's gonna be interesting. So
Yeah, I definitely want to watch that. So, yeah. So we appreciate it. So please share the live video stream with your people. If you guys want to call in and chop it up with us, I was going to say chop it in. You can call in 702-608-3259. The number is scrolling on the screen. If you have the app, just press the call in button and you'll call in, straight to the show. Listen, man, we're going to give our picks for the NFL before we jump into the NBA and a lot of UFC news right here.
lots.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot of good UFC. We didn't get into the UFC fights too much from Saturday on Monday's show, so we will talk a little bit more about that. And Paulo Costa wants a rematch, so we'll talk about that as well. Let's jump into NFL Week 4. Let's get into our picks, and we will post online. We'll post the picks of everyone else from the show. I think we need a prize every week or every quarter
Every week.
for our picks, man.
I'm telling you, it's a donkey of the week. You just don't want to be last.
You don't want to be last.
You don't
All
want to
right.
be last. And of course, the first week, it's nobody here to be punished. So Steve was the donkey of the week.
Oh, how bad was he last week?
No one was bad. It was really tight. Everybody was only one game, like, because you
me and Kareem were tied for number
you and
one,
Kareem
right?
tied
Yeah.
for number 1. I was number 2 technically, and so I was only one game behind you guys, and Steve was only one game behind me. It was actually, we all did really well, really. It came down to the Monday night game, and Steve and Kareem took the Ravens,
Okay.
and so they were wrong. Me and you took the Chiefs.
And if you guys in the comments want to give your picks for every game we say, you do it too.
Definitely.
Listen, man, we might look through the comments. You never know, and we might give you guys money if you get it right next week.
Just saying.
Whoever has the most in the comments might get money. I don't know. We like giving away money here at Gorilla Cross. I don't know where we get this money, but we get it. Shout out to Lyft.
All I can say is I have made money every week on sports betting.
There you go. William
saying.
Hill app.
William Hill app.
I'm about to download it. I'm scared. I know myself too well.
Well, look,
Because I know how I am with Amazon.
Well, the way you do it, the way I do it, truthfully, is I put in money, and then I bet, and then basically I always try to hedge my bet, so I always can at least make the majority of my money back. So then even if I win, I've still always made my money back. So then I just rebet.
So it's one of those things you put money in there, kind of like a Starbucks card, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the app I use.
You don't have to
my coffee.
reactivate it. Mhm.
But so you put the money in there, you play with that money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just play
And then when
money.
you win the money, it goes back into your account.
It goes
still,
right back in there.
And you can't cash out if you want.
Yes.
Okay.
You cash out. All you have to do is just go to one of the locations and pick it up.
For sure.
And we need to get paid. But anyway, I will have to set that meeting back
Come on,
up.
William. I know we were close.
We were right there.
We were right by the door.
Dang.
Anyways, we will get that. Or I mean, Circa has a new sports book,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we're getting one of those.
Lots of things to talk about.
A lot of things to talk about. All right, let's go through the Week 4 picks. I had the Broncos tonight against the Jets. You had the Broncos,
I had the Broncos
in the group
on the
against
group.
the Jets. So we're both 1-0. I think everybody else from Unnamed Sports Show is 0-1.
Yeah, Dave had the Kareem is 1-0 as well.
Okay.
Dave had the Jets. So and then I didn't get anyone else's picks yet. So
All right, cool. All right, so let's Sunday morning. Let's start.
Okay.
The Bears are hosting the Colts. 3-0 Bears. We talked about this Monday, how they look like the worst 3-0 team in the league right now. All three of those games they could have easily lost.
Yes.
But they're going up against the Colts. This is a tough game to pick.
It is.
It really is a tough game. It's two teams that you just don't know who they are yet.
Yep.
Trubisky's out.
He is.
Nick Foles is starting. I'm going with the Bears to go 4-0. I don't like this pick a lot, but I'm going with the Bears to go 4-0. Who you got?
I'm right there with you, and it's for what I said on Monday. With Foles running the show, I'm with you in terms of we still don't know, but I do know who Khalil Mack is, and he still lives and walks the earth. So since he's out there, I still like the Bears defense.
They got a tough defense.
As long as Foles is giving enough plays, I think that they have enough to win. So I'm going with the Bears as well.
All right, next tragic game. The Jaguars are going into Cincinnati. The 0-2-1 Cincinnati
The
Bengals.
winless, not they're
winless.
They're winless,
but they're not fully lost.
That's right.
The 0-2-1 Bengals versus the 1-2 Jags. Another game that's rough. Bengals have to win a game this year sometime. So I'm going to take the Bengals in this.
Okay, you got the Bengals on this
Yeah.
one. I still think they're not going to win today. I think look, I like what I've been seeing out of the young quarterback, but he's still not there yet. And I'm running with the Fu Manchu.
Fu Manchu.
So I'm going with the Jags.
We got Armando. Shout out. He went with the Bengals. Mark went with the Bears and the Bengals. Richard Yarborough.
Yarborough.
I don't know. Bengals. Watch. The kitty cats stink. All right. But we appreciate everybody. All right. Next game. The Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Going into Dallas against a weird Cowboys team this year. They should be a lot better every year. The last couple years, they should be a lot better than they've been. In a division that's winnable for anybody now.
Yep. This is a game the Cowboys need to have.
They definitely need to have this game with the Browns coming into town. But everyone knows who I hate the most.
You only wanted them to win last week.
I wanted them to win last week against the Seahawks, and they disappointed me. I'm going with the Browns going into Dallas and winning that game in Dallas. Give me the Cleveland Browns.
All right, I got you down. And look, and I'm picking the Browns as well. And my reason for picking the Browns, and it's kind of iffy, but my reasoning is OBJ always has tormented the Cowboys. He's done, a lot. If you think about it, I want to say his famous catch, that was versus the Cowboys.
Yeah.
A lot of big plays he's made in his career have been in Cowboy games. Yeah. My only problem is Baker does not throw it to him enough. Like Eli used to force feed OBJ a lot, sometimes to his own detriment, but
definitely
he still at least gave him his targets. Baker, he goes away from him. Like in the game versus my team last week, he had 2 targets in the first quarter of the game, and those were his first 2 targets in any of the first quarters of any game this season. So I don't know if he's going to see enough balls, but I still think if he does, I think he's going to make a play or two, maybe get a touchdown, maybe 2 touchdowns. I'm taking the Browns.
All right. I got the Browns as well. And he has a lot of weapons.
He does.
I'm not a huge fan of Baker, but I know he's a lot better than he's been showing. They have a running game.
They do have that.
They have Chubb.
And
they have Kareem Hunt back there as well. They have receivers. This offense should be on fire.
They should.
And it's just not.
They have Austin Hooper.
They've got a lot, man. They've got a lot.
They've got Njoku.
And their defense doesn't suck. They have one of the best defensive players in the league.
Garrett.
I mean, come on, man.
They
need to be better. They should win that division on paper. There's just something wrong with them, and they should be better. Who's the division?
Ravens.
Oh yeah, never mind. All I had was Pittsburgh in my head. No,
they should be better than Pittsburgh. They should be better than Pittsburgh. That is true. They should be better than Pittsburgh.
But I think, and Armando said they need a QB. They have a good QB, but I think he's on, one of his last strings. If he's not doing it this year, they might have to find somebody else.
Cut bait on a number 1 pick.
Again,
that's tough.
They've had a lot of quarterbacks in Cleveland, and they just don't last long.
Cleveland doesn't rock at all.
All right, next game, the Saints are going into Detroit to play the Lions. This is going to be a surprise to a lot of people, but I'm taking the Lions in this game. The Saints just don't look right to me this year, and I think this is going to be a very disappointing year for the Saints. This is going to be Drew Brees' last year. He doesn't look right. He doesn't look the same. He's looking older this year. I think this is his last year. I think he retires after this year, and I think he retires without going to the playoffs this year.
Wow, you don't think they're going to make the playoffs? You think?
I think
they'll be just right on the fringe, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If they take enough bad losses in the beginning, especially in conference, I'm right there with you. I think I actually go with the Saints. I think in the end, they've played well enough. They just a play here, a play there, a drive here, a drive there. They haven't been right. I'm not sure if Michael Thomas is back this week.
I think he is. I think he practiced
Okay.
So I think he might be back.
So if he's back, that's
a big deal.
That's a huge deal.
A big deal.
And then Kimura doesn't have to do as much.
Yeah.
He's still going to be himself, but he doesn't have to be the main guy. He has other people to help. So
Yeah.
I'm going with the Saints.
Yep. But that is a tough game to pick. I think
it is.
just with how the Lions have been playing on and off, and then with the Saints as well. All right, easy game. Seahawks going into Miami.
Is it?
Very easy game.
Well, here. All right, go ahead. So you're going with the Seahawks.
I'm going with the Dolphins.
No, you're not.
I hate Seattle. I'm going with the Dolphins.
You're going with the Dolphins.
I don't care if I take the L on that.
All right.
I'm going with the Dolphins.
Hey,
but
look.
I do think Seattle will win.
Well, look. I'll say this though. The one thing I will say, it's a long flight. That's a long trip for Seattle, and Miami is still Miami. And if Florida is popping, is they're making it out to be like everybody's just Corona what? Like if they can be at the club or anything like that, things can happen. I'm going with the Seahawks just because I'm not crazy, but I can
so
see
crazy.
I can see a slip up game. I wouldn't be completely shocked. You know what I mean?
feel you.
So
like you said, it is Miami. They might be out there partying.
Miami's a better team. They're
Russ
not
might catch the Rona. You never know.
Oh, don't wish.
Hopefully not. I'm not
don't wish
wishing. I'm just
Rona
saying
on
his hair looks like he already caught it. But they do have a lot of injuries as well.
Let that soul glow.
Yeah, shout out to everyone watching. Injuries, long flight, and honestly, I'd take the L if we could just all have 2 weeks with our bye week. Melissa Ferris, she's a Seahawks fan.
Fair enough.
Shout out Girl Chat
What's up,
Sports.
Girl
Check them
Chat
out every
Sports?
Wednesday. I don't know what time. What time are you guys on? 7, something like that.
7-ish, fixing to go.
During the NBA, all I know it was during the NBA Finals last night.
And that
I
was
don't appreciate
very
that at all.
frustrating.
That's blasphemous. All right, next game we have the Chargers of Los Angeles going to Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers. This is an easy Buccaneers win.
Buckham.
The Buccaneers. Buccaneers. But this is an easy win for the Bucs.
It should be. It should be. I mean, I'm sure Herbert is now back. Whatever that injury was in the last game, I'm assuming he's okay.
As long as it wasn't his chest or a punctured lung.
Just no injections.
Just don't inject.
Don't inject me.
No more injections from the doctors over there, right?
No needles. I'm gonna go with the Bucs as well. But I'm interested to see what the Chargers can do. So we'll see.
Yep. All right. Jose wants to be Skyped in, so we're gonna Skype in Jose in a little bit here. I believe he's had some Modelo's, so whatever is said and done is not the opinions of Unnamed Sports Show or Gorilla Cross staff or management.
That's a good disclaimer. It's a good disclaimer.
We have, oh man, sorry, Josh. The Ravens going into Washington to play the unnamed team.
The unnamed team.
I have the Ravens in a massive blowout.
I have the Ravens as well. I hope that it's close, and I hope that Haskins at least can do something. I don't want any more injuries. We've had a few injuries. Chase Young's not going to play. So I think it's more precautionary more than anything else, just because he had the groin injury during the ramp up in not preseason, but training camp.
Yeah.
So he's kind of tweaked that again. You don't want that to get worse. But we lost Matt Ioannidis last week for the season, so hopefully it at least can be close.
Yeah.
But Lamar is also my fantasy quarterback, so
you still win.
I want him to get
win,
loose. Just don't embarrass my team too much, Lamar. Thanks. Let's move on.
There we go. Definitely got the Ravens. I'm sure. I don't even have to read the comments. I think everybody got the Ravens.
Pretty much. I'm pretty sure that's a very easy pick.
Another game that I think is going to be tougher to pick than people might think. The Cardinals going into Carolina to play the Panthers. Cardinals are much improved. Bridgewater, he's playing all right. He's playing all right in Carolina as a starter.
Yeah.
Man, these are hard to pick because I'm very biased against my division.
Don't let your hate
against
ruin
my
you.
division. But at the same time, I don't know what the Cardinals are yet, so I will go with the Panthers at home in this game against the Cardinals.
To send the Cardinals to 2-2. Interesting. And bring Carolina to 2-2.
Yep.
That'd be interesting. All right. Sorry. I guess I should pick as well.
Yeah.
I have the Cardinals. Kyler is he's different. He just is. He's very
Yeah.
different. So I think that Carolina just doesn't have the defense. I think, especially now with no Luke Kuechly, they didn't really replace him. You know, the middle of that team is not. It's not the same.
They're
That
not very
defense,
good.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
So I just don't think they have enough horses to keep up with them. So that's why I'm going with the Cardinals.
All right. Smart pick. The Vikings 0-3 versus the Texans 0-3. This is last year. These are two playoff teams from a year ago.
Yes. Thank you for saying that.
Two playoff teams from a year ago, both 0-3 right now. Look horrible. Both lost some key receivers
Yep.
in Diggs and
Didn't replace them.
didn't replace them at all. This is a very tough game to pick. I'm only picking the Texans because they're at home. That's the coin flip that I chose today. I got the Texans at home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going with the Texans too, just because my hate for Kirk Cousins.
Is
Cousins
deep.
Cousins is gonna Cousins, and
He's gonna
he
Cousins.
he gave that game away last week. They were down 1. All they had to do was just drive and get a field goal. First play of the last drive, pick. Let's sit on the ball in this thing. So I'm with you. It's interesting. I think the Texans are a much better team than what the Vikings have shown.
Yeah.
In terms of their losses. The Texans also had a brutal first start of their season. So and their division is weaker. The Vikings, they one more loss and it's over for them. So
All right. And listen, man, thanks for everyone chiming in with their picks online. You might win money for real. We're gonna look back at the comments and see who won out of all you guys. So don't copy each other though. All right. Next game, who do we got? Where we at?
Is it
The
Giants?
Giants, 0-3
Rams?
Giants, going into LA in that new beautiful stadium that's
Ooh, SoFi.
really nice looking.
SoFi is SoFi.
Now, there's two new stadiums that opened up this year, and I got to say, ours looks a little bit fresher, especially from the outside.
Well, the landscape is prettier, but I will say SoFi with those columns is really dope. It
Looks really cool, but
it's dope.
The sleek black stadium that we have out here
Yeah,
looks like a spaceship. Looks
Yeah.
like, it's called the Death Star.
yeah.
Looks really
I
good,
said the
man.
black box because it's Allegiant. It just makes more sense.
Yeah, but how long will it be Allegiant? What
Then
they
you
sign?
change
15?
it to something else.
Yeah. So you just call it the Death Star. Sponsored by Star Wars. That'd be cool if Star Wars just
No. But hey,
'cause like Marvel has
when-
the arena in Australia, I think, right?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. I mean, especially when fans start getting in there. I think if it's now everybody's coming in looking like stormtroopers.
Yeah.
That's actually kind
That'd
of
be sick.
That's
That'd be
actually
sick.
quietly kind of
That'd be sick. All right,
kinda
I
dope.
do have the Rams. There's no way they lose this game.
They better not.
They better not.
The Rams as well.
And listen, I wouldn't mind if they did. If I'm wrong, if I take an L on this, I'm happy to.
You're not mad about that
Exactly.
loss. You can be the
Exactly.
donkey of the week on that note.
Exactly. The Patriots and Chiefs. This is going to be a game right here.
It's a quiet one.
We got Mahomes against your boy,
Cam.
looking really good this year, man.
And it's Mahomes versus Belichick. And that's really the matchup, truthfully, because their defense still, the Chiefs' defense is still just, all right, they're
Yeah.
good enough. They're good enough. They're not elite, but they're not bad.
Yeah.
So when you're dealing with Belichick on the other side, if they do enough to at least keep the game close and don't let Mahomes get loose, it's very interesting. But
And
I'm
that's
still
the hard
going-
part.
I'm still going with the Chiefs.
Not letting Mahomes get loose is, that's almost impossible.
He's different.
He's definitely different. They're 3-0. Patriots are 2-1. I think it's going to be a really good game, but I do have to go with the Chiefs in Kansas City. They do have some fans in their stadium,
They do.
so I'm not sure how big of a difference that makes, but it does make a little bit of a difference. But
A little bit, little grumble, little
Yeah.
low roar.
little roar. But I do have the Chiefs in that game. All right, next game, very interesting game.
Another
that
one.
I think we
Good
would
matchups this week.
we would probably all be at this game.
Yeah, we would.
We'd be sitting next to Dave, making sure he doesn't get.
Dave muttering
Here's the thing.
4-letter words.
God
under his
saved
desk.
God saved us all from this game. He coroned us all from this game because we would have been, the videos of Raider games that you see every year of somebody fighting in the upper deck. That would have been Dave. That would have been Dave.
And then,
Bills
us in Raider jerseys have to fight off other Raider
Have to
fans.
fight off other Raider
Like,
fans. Don't
"Get
beat
off
up
my
our
Dave."
Bills fans. I know he's wearing a Josh Allen jersey now. He loves Josh Allen all of a sudden. But the Bills going in to Las Vegas, right up the street from here, 10 minutes away.
Man.
Going into the Death Star to play the Raiders at home. Josh Allen looks really good, man. This Bills defense is really good. I got to go with the home team, though. They're undefeated at home so far. And
it was a good win. It was a good win. It was
really
a very good win to start out in that building.
And they're coming off a bad loss, which I think actually will help them bounce back and hopefully get another win. Buffalo looks really good, though. I mean, they're 3-0, but I'm going with the hometown Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm gonna have to go with the Bills. They showed me something. They showed a lot of grit in that game last week. For Allen to drive the field and get a big score because they needed a touchdown in the end to take the lead and basically in the game, that was big. That was big for me. Yeah. So I think that they're trying to actually really establish themselves, and especially if they're able to get this win and the Patriots lose, now you've got a 2-game lead on the Patriots.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the Bills until proven wrong.
Big game, but they are still the Bills.
They are.
All right, next game, Sunday Night Football. What will I be doing Sunday night?
I'm already writing your pick.
I will be
your pick is easy.
Watching the NBA Finals. Oh, my gosh, what am I doing? I need 2 TVs in my house because I'm going to be at the house.
You just watch on your phone.
I'll be having a barbecue for a special occasion.
Happy birthday, Quan.
Oh,
happy birthday. Happy birthday.
It's not yet, man. A couple more hours.
Hey, all right.
All right. 49ers hosting the Philadelphia Eagles, the 0-2-1 Eagles are the other one from the tie that we talked about earlier.
That's a good birthday game.
I don't think.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm trying to get Desiree to call in and bet me tonight on the show because she's diehard Eagles, and I threw it out there. Let's bet on this game.
Nope. Real silence.
She's a little bit scared.
Little silence.
But listen, man, this is going to be a fun night. 49ers are playing. The Lakers are playing Game 3. They're going to be going up 3-0 that night. It's going to be fun, man. I don't know what I'm going to be wearing that day.
Nice.
I'll be wearing my Raiders hat in the afternoon.
The Lakers are playing on your birthday.
Well, no.
In the finals tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Guaranteed win. If they wear the Mamba jerseys on my birthday, guaranteed win.
You might throw up. Like, that might be too much. That might be too much. That's too much.
Might be way too much.
That's too much Quan in one day.
But I'm going with the Niners in a blowout.
Obviously.
I don't think Garoppolo's back yet, which I'm fine with because Mullen looked really good last week. We will get Debo back. It looks like we're getting Kittle back as well. So slowly but surely, our offense is coming back together.
Do you think that it's going to be a blowout, though? The Eagles can score
double-digit
points.
win for sure.
Okay.
I would say at least 10, but I'm going for 14 or more.
Okay. All right. That's fair. It's a -7 line with them being at home. So, I mean, I'm going with the Niners, obviously. It helps me because my division's so trash. I just need everybody in my division to keep losing. So, I think the Niners I think they got it.
Next game, the Titans and Steelers. I'm going with the Rona in this game because that game got canceled or postponed. They might possibly do it on Monday night. I'm not sure if coronavirus goes away in one day. But obviously in sports, it goes away quicker than in real life, which
pretty much
is weird to me. But they're talking about doing it maybe on Monday night. We don't know what's going to go on.
They might have a vaccine, maybe.
Do a Wednesday night game. Who cares?
It's Corona season.
Exactly. You do it whenever you want.
Do it.
Do Saturday afternoon.
And then have another game on Sunday.
Do Saturday afternoon, do a doubleheader on Sunday.
That would be insane. Like, so you guys are going to play again. Like,
tomorrow.
Wait, what? I hate everyone.
All right, and then Monday night's game. This is the easiest game of the week to pick. We got the Packers hosting the garbage, the embarrassing Atlanta Falcons. And if Dan Quinn doesn't lose his job after this,
he's not.
Man, just fire the man.
He's not.
Just fire the man. But I got the Packers. They're going to win this game. Falcons might look good. Falcons might have a 20-point lead going into the fourth.
Desiree going to call me right now. Desiree, I'm on the show. You're calling the wrong number, girl.
Oh, you know what? You know why?
What?
Because the phone's dead.
Oh, okay. Well, Desiree, you can't call my phone. Mama.
Well, she did.
I'm not going to answer.
She's trying to get in any way she can.
We're better than that. I'm not going to sit here and put you on the mic, Desiree.
So let me turn the phone on. It got turned off. It might be dead, so I plugged it in. We'll be good. Jose asked me to Skype him in. I give him the Skype link, and he never shows up.
That's all right.
So, bye.
Moving on.
We didn't need Modelo anyways.
Moving on.
All right. Who do you got for that game?
Yeah, I mean, I've obviously got the Packers, but this quietly is one of those trap games where the Packers could quietly look past. I don't know who they have next week. If it's a bigger game, they could look past the Falcons.
Yeah.
And the Falcons still have enough offensive firepower, and their defense is still functional. They showed it in the Cowboy game.
Yeah.
So you never know, truthfully.
Yep. Mark Abernathy said Falcons going to shock the world and only lose by 10. And that's after
still not
having a
covering.
20-point lead going into the fourth.
That's still not covering Mark. It's a 7.5 spread.
And then my mom said if hockey can do back-to-back, why not NFL? It's a little different game.
Well, I mean, listen, hockey is football on ice. It really is. It really is. But, yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
There's no penalties for getting straight speared in the stomach, running full tilt. So it's a little different.
All right, and before we jump into the NBA, we do got a caller live on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Caller, you're live.
Still alive.
Armando, it's calling from Florida.
Mondo, what's good, bro?
What's going on, man? So did I hear Jay Will just actually try to say that the Falcons will have a chance at Lambeau?
Man, listen. This is all I'm saying. I didn't say they have a chance. I'm saying that offense, there's always a chance. You always have a puncher's chance when you have enough offensive firepower. But I understand that they're still probably going to get worked. I'm just saying, all I'm saying is they showed enough in that Cowboys game to give it away.
And the Bears
But
game.
everyone knows that they were up. They were up in both those games.
Yeah.
They were up double digits in both games. So for everyone to walk away from them like, oh, they're trash. Like, no, they just don't do well with leads. Maybe just keep it to 5 and see if you can hold on to
Real
it.
talk. If the NFL will do something and let them play only 3 quarters, they'll be undefeated.
They win the Super Bowl.
So let's go down that path. You're talking about going up to Lambeau, and you're talking about an on-fire Aaron Rodgers, and they have a running game. I mean,
I get it. I mean, look, I understand. I understand. Trust me. I picked the Packers. I'm not crazy, but I'm just saying if it went the other way, I wouldn't be as shocked. Like it's not something like.
The other one I guess you all were talking about was the Dolphins game. Since I'm in Florida, it is, and no joke, all jokes aside, the coronavirus is really bad in Florida. So all jokes aside, it's really bad.
Yeah.
So that's nothing to really joke about. But
you guys are still outside.
But okay, but it's also they're talking about it's in the air. I don't want to get into that part. We're talking football. But the thing was, I mean, I'm going to pick Russell Wilson for MVP this year if he keeps playing the way he's playing.
If he keeps it up,
great, yeah.
He's balling. I also wanted to say I agree with Quan about the Niners. I think the game of the week is going to be the Patriots and the Chiefs, but the Niners you can't sleep on. And I also agree with you, Jay Will. I like SoFi Stadium, but I'm going to keep listening. I'm liking y'all's picks. I appreciate it.
Definitely, man.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate it, Armando.
All right.
Take care.
Listen, man, we appreciate all the callers. Call in 702-608-3259 if you want to give us your feedback on anything we're talking about right here on the show. Follow us at Gorilla Cross on all social media and download the Gorilla Cross app because it's free and because it's dope. So even if it wasn't,
man, we're getting calls from the Panhandle. I like that. That's good stuff.
And we're getting calls from Jose, but
it's
we're not
late.
taking your call, Jose.
I mean, it's daggone near 1 a.m. his time. Good
Listen,
stuff.
man, some people are night owls. You know
I
what I'm saying?
enjoy it. That's good.
Some people like being out late. All right. Next game, we're done with games. Next sport that we're going to talk about is the NBA. The NBA Finals has started. Game 1.
Grand opening, grand closing. Did it start?
It did start. It might have ended as well at the same time it started.
Oh man, it's looking a lot like last season with the Raptors playing just a decimated Warriors team.
Well, and it didn't start out like that. That's kind of what's sad about this is the fact that we're both teams are healthy going into the game, and by the end of the game, you have 3 of their best players out.
Who else?
Well, Jimmy Butler is going to play, but he,
Jimmy got hurt too.
No, he sprained his ankle twice in the game.
Got them lows on.
Bam Adebayo, it looks like he's going to be out tomorrow.
Really? I know he sprained his shoulder, but I didn't know that.
Dragic is out for sure tomorrow with the torn plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
Plantar.
I just always leave it at plantar. Plantar fashion.
But but listen, it's not looking good for Miami. It was already going to be a struggle for them anyways to play against the Lakers. Lakers definitely. LeBron's hungry. He's right there, 4 wins away from the
3 now
championship. 3 now.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis looks like just a new version of himself in the playoffs, knowing that he has somebody that could help carry him and teach him how to win in the playoffs. Anthony Davis is not. He's never had good teams in the playoffs,
and he's never made it this far in the playoffs. He's always gotten injured. He drank some milk in the offseason. He's staying healthy.
Lakers hit a lot of threes last night.
They did.
That brought them back into the game. They were down by 13 points, went on a 75-30 run after that.
That is disgusting.
75-30 after being down by 13.
Screw that. I don't care what you're down by. 75-30 is not. That's inhumane. That's not okay.
That's a lot.
Wow.
That's a lot. But with the injuries, I had picked Lakers in 5 before the series anyways. I thought Miami would probably get one off just super hot shooting, right?
Yeah.
But right now with these injuries, with them missing any games at all, and even when Bam does come back, if he misses tomorrow, let's say he plays game 3 and 4, with that hurt shoulder, and his arm was hurt, he injured it in the last series.
Is it shooting? Is it his right?
I don't think it is, but anytime you have a hurt shoulder, because I messed up my left shoulder, which is my shooting arm.
Yeah.
I got hurt in a basketball game, pickup, playing 21, waiting for my boy to come out of his house. This dude comes geared up to the court, and I'm just wearing regular clothes. Probably don't look like I could play ball. Was whooping this dude, was up 19-3. And loose ball, he trips me going for the loose ball. I land right on my shoulder. Hasn't been the same since.
Whoa, it hasn't been the same since.
No, anytime, when weather affects your bones, like it just pop.
Really?
I still feel it, like the bones just.
Shut up. How many years?
That was 99.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But I got the W.
You fought for your 2 points. You're not coming back.
No.
See that?
I'll shoot these free throws right-handed, bro.
Kids, do you understand? Look, listen, that is a different breed. We were different. We were different
back then. I couldn't move my arm.
But you went home with the win.
I had to drive home with a stick shift. Not able to move this arm. I don't know how I did it.
No, you want to know how you did it, Quan? Because we're a different breed.
We're different.
That's all. There's the reason why I'm hobbling around right now. You played on concrete. Oh, my God.
All right, real quick, we do got a caller live on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Real quick, that was like 30 minutes ago.
That was 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh, my goodness.
It felt like 30.
We've moved on from football.
We've moved on, but we can take your football.
It's been 30 minutes. I guess you would have moved on from football. It was 30 minutes ago. But back to this real quick, this shoulder injury. Is that why you won't play me?
Oh no! She's gonna call you out on air.
Listen, I can play you anytime, just not at 2 in the afternoon when I work till 6 in the morning.
Oh,
Desiree, you gotta find
we're
a time.
Gonna have this game.
You got to find a time, Desiree, that actually works for him. You just work it around him.
Look, we can go to Target at midnight. They have midnight balls, so we can go there and play whenever.
Listen, I'm down.
We
can find an outdoor court anywhere. I'll play outdoor.
No, we me and Desiree don't do outside.
No.
We're Sadiddy now.
I wanted to play anywhere. We're playing in the rain.
We're Sadiddy. I don't. These knees ain't built for outside.
You haven't played outside in a long time.
Unfortunately, we have my patella tendon set up. I'm not allowed to play outside.
Oh my goodness!
Listen, we will play before 2020 is over.
Okay.
All right. And we'll film it.
All right.
Oh my goodness! Film. We're gonna have film evidence.
Yeah, we can go. We can go stream live if you like.
Listen, we can stream live
on the Gorilla Cross page.
And I won't be able to show up, but Magic Quanson will show up to play you.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Here we go.
I would love that.
Does he have a 21-year-old shoulder injury too?
Yes, he's one and the same. They are the same person. They can't be in the same room twice. never been filmed in the same spot.
Ever.
Like Martin.
All right, real
Oh,
quick,
Lord.
give us your
So,
prediction
back to
on your Eagles against my Niners, and are we making a bet? Because I think you still owe me pizza. Josh stole my pizza bet.
I did. It was delicious.
He said not to invite you, so
I
my
did.
thing
He did
is
say that.
tomorrow. I
Because
mean,
I'm a bum.
he did say that. I said, "You want to invite Quan?" He's like, "Nah."
He's a jerk.
No, to be honest, I feel. I mean, it may be your birthday or whatever, but I feel, and I'm always optimistic and a little biased, of course. However, I don't know. I kind of feel you guys are hurt. Like all of you are hurt. So we might have a good opportunity to get out of this 2-1 hole that we're in,
Okay.
which is ridiculous. I don't even know why we're in it.
Mm.
But I'm going for the Eagles.
Okay,
I really
go
am.
for the
So,
Eagles. I appreciate that.
It's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a good game.
It'll be a great
So,
game for me.
I was going to this game, obviously. So all those tickets that I purchased
Oh.
for the year is gone.
I'm
But
sorry. We could have went together. Des.
We could have. We would have had a blast. You haven't been with me to a game, so you don't know. It's all out for me. I have fun. So what's your bet? What do you want to bet?
I need
What's
this
your bet,
pizza. I need
Juan?
pizza. We need a pizza
I get
bet.
that's nothing. Food. We can do food, but I want to bet. I like humility, so let's do something where like you wear an Eagles jersey for one of your broadcasts.
Okay.
That sounds great to me.
Yeah, and then you have to
Oh,
come,
wow.
and then you have to come be a guest on the show in a 49ers jersey,
Oh, I like it.
Okay, that's deal. And I'll bring pizza.
and you bring pizza.
Oh
And
my
our
God, that's a
pizza.
double
Cool.
whammy.
Yep.
Look at that.
I don't like
So
that.
we,
That's for you,
will.
Des.
we will get pizza soon here
I
in the
like
studio,
it.
and we will get Desiree in the studio
Oh, Des.
in a 49er jersey. I can't
I
wait.
will. What's your next day after Sunday?
What do you mean next week?
Monday and Thursdays,
What-
but it's usually 1 p.m. I
Okay.
don't know your schedule, but sometimes we do Thursday night, so
Oh,
I
that's
don't know.
true.
We'll figure it out.
You know what? I can do middle of the day. I have to just plan for it. Take some time off. I'll do that.
Okay.
That's not a problem.
Look at that.
So if there's whatever I bet, it'll be for Thursday. So I'll show up Thursday, regardless, obviously, to see you in my Eagles jersey or
Yep.
possibly me in the 49ers jersey.
Fair
All
enough.
right, but you'll be on the show anyways Thursday. Then
Sounds like
you're
a
gonna
plan.
come anyways.
Yes,
All right,
I'm
cool.
coming anyway.
Oh,
There we go. Look,
I
we're gonna
wanna
get
see you
Des
in
in the
green.
studio finally,
You just
Josh.
might be handsome in green. I don't know. I've never seen you in green.
oh my God. I look horrible. I look quite putrid. It does not work.
Oh wow. All right. Well, we appreciate the
Good.
call. We appreciate the bet, and I will appreciate the win.
Absolutely.
All right, Des.
Perfect. We
We
can run
will
this
see
back
you
when you
next
lose.
week.
Good night.
Good night.
See you
Wait,
next
wait,
week.
Des, real quick. We're in the
Yeah.
NBA right now.
Oh yeah.
A big announcement today,
Oh
which
yes.
you
I
listen.
am
Your
so- I
team
tagged you
dodged.
guys.
Your team dodged a huge bullet because they were about to sign Mike D'Antoni, and
Mike D'Antoni.
you dodged a big
Ugh.
bullet with Doc getting fired on Monday,
Yeah, because
and then Doc found a job on
I had to
Thursday.
make a phone call.
oh, okay.
It wasn't
Desiree.
a coincidence.
Desiree
it wasn't
made
a
the call.
coincidence. I'm just telling you right now.
Don't
I
you
had to make
dare
a
hire
phone call.
D'Antoni.
I had to pull some Temple alumni strings. Like, look. God dang it! I can't take this now. Had to pull an Ike on them. Hey. No, I am over thrilled. I feel like, I don't know, like same thing with Super Bowl, right? Like for me, I knew that I felt that season. I kind of feel it every season, but that one particular I did. I felt it. I went to the first couple games. I did. I'm being honest. It's a different feeling. Like every year you're optimistic. Like this year we're starting off crappy. But
You already
that
said it.
year I went to a couple games and I could feel it, the energy. It was just like I felt it.
She said, but I feel it
for
every
real,
year.
with Doc coming in,
I understand. I understand. Trust me.
you know,
Every year I'm like,
you know what I'm saying?
you know, maybe we get hot.
Yeah.
You know.
Every year I'm like, Lakers are going to the finals, and every year they go to the finals.
Oh, see what you started.
Oh,
see what
whatever.
you started.
Oh, it's
That
gonna
was
be
all
bad.
you.
This could be bad.
We have a great. We've had a great team. We've had a great team, right?
Yeah.
But we've always been missing something, whether it's Simmons' jump shot not coming through, or
Been missing that for a long time.
keeping what you call it healthy. Right. I'm just saying though, but I think having this king piece to kind of trickle down effect, because it starts with people forget our coach matters. right? Your coach
Yeah,
matters to
definitely.
your team, to your camaraderie, to your gel. It really does, and that's why I love coaching because even if we lose, I'm going to play to the last buzz of the court of the seconds fall off the clock. So it matters who's in charge of you, and then your team is a reflection of you. And that's a great reflection. I am so happy and thrilled, and I'm just looking forward to the next season. And I put it on Facebook. I said, mark my words that Facebook will, share memory. In 2-3 years, we will have a championship. Guaranteed. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it right now. So it said it. I typed it. It's
I typed it.
Facebook. It's forever.
Well, it's
It's
right
on
here,
Facebook.
too. It's on our show. All right.
All right,
It's on your
Desiree.
show. You can replay it.
All right, Des.
All right.
Thank you for
Appreciate
the call.
it.
You're welcome. See you guys Thursday.
Good night.
So not only is Desiree going to be here on Thursday in a 49er jersey, because I'm winning that bet, and we're going to have pizza in here,
Lovely.
but we'll be celebrating a Lakers sweep as well. So
Oh,
Thursday,
God.
listen, man, if you guys want to see some ratchetness by a white guy named Quan,
Tune
tune
in.
in this Thursday, next week, 7 days from now, right here on Unnamed Sports Show. We'll be on at 1 o'clock. We won't be doing the late night show, but listen, man, it's going to get pretty bad.
Hey, I will say one thing, though. Should your Lakers win, they probably will. With this being a birthday win, that's got to be pretty cool. Got to be pretty cool for you.
Lakers have never won
Like
a
my
finals
team,
game on my birthday. They've
like-
won a preseason game.
I guess the closest thing that I could get to that would probably be like the Cubs winning if it was like a long playoff series
Yeah.
and it got into November, and so it's like the residual still drags
Yeah.
into my birthday. But that's all I got.
But they could win an actual game.
yeah.
So don't
like,
disappoint me tomorrow, Lakers. Even if you go 5 or 6 games, make sure you win on Friday.
win my
tomorrow.
day. Win my day.
Yeah.
That's all I ask.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a rough one when it's my birthday in my team, the football
Yeah.
team.
But listen,
God.
LeBron looks focused in. AD looks focused in. LeBron had to talk to the team.
He
Quit
did.
celebrating so much.
I was gonna say that.
Settle down,
Yeah.
which is good. I mean, you need a player like that. You need a vet, knowing he saw a 3-1 lead be lost
multiple times.
in his favor against Golden State to
Yeah.
win the championship.
Yeah.
So listen, don't take any team for granted. Just because they're injured, don't
You could get injured.
play your same game.
You could get injured.
Yeah.
LeBron could go down. AD could go down.
Yeah.
Anybody. Dwight or JaVale didn't play much that last night.
I don't think at all.
Yeah, did he not play at
I
all?
don't think so.
Like, why have they gone away from him so much? All right.
Yeah.
Moving on.
But listen, man, I think Lakers are going to sweep now with these injuries.
It's a
so
definite
we will-
possibility.
We will see what's up. But like I said, can't take it for granted. They've done a lot this year already to improve, what they're doing as a team in Miami. And shout out to the Heat for even getting to the finals. Nobody was really picking them. I did, not on the show. I'll say that once again. I picked them off air a lot, and I don't know why on the show I picked Toronto to be in the finals. But I've liked Miami all year, and they're still right there, man. They're still right there. So
Good team, good year.
yeah,
Nothing to be ashamed about.
Yep. But listen, they could still win it all.
Yeah.
I just don't think they will. All right, and let's continue the Doc Rivers. Is that your
That
watch?
was me this time. Was
that okay, Google? Doc Rivers 5-year deal for Philly.
Okay, so they've actually started to talk about
They signed him to a 5-year deal. Listen, man, this dude, there's been a lot of coaches that just can't get jobs, and this guy can't seem to not have a job. So he gets fired from the Clippers on Monday during our show. We broke the news on our show.
We did.
Ballmer called me up and said, I want to break this news
This is about to
before
happen.
anybody else. Gets fired on Monday. Thursday afternoon, he already has a job in Philly. He flew out there yesterday to talk to them. But Philly, for them, they're on a coaching hunt. So
Yeah.
they're like, okay, here's all the people we have to choose from.
Fell in their laps.
All of a sudden, Doc Rivers, that's perfect timing for them because
Yeah.
they could have easily signed somebody earlier this week.
Yeah, because Brett Brown's been gone for at least
It's been gone
3
for a
weeks.
minute,
I'd
yeah.
say it's probably been about a solid 3 weeks now.
Yeah. Whenever they got ousted, he was out.
He was out within 2 to 3 days. So and
Yeah.
they've been out for a minute.
On our show,
That was
too.
the yeah.
He got fired on our
yes,
show.
he did. Yes, he did. And so, because remember, Dave was laughing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look, she didn't really get into all this, but One thing I will say, as much as some of the members of our show downgrade Doc, which they do a lot. Doc
Dave.
always has great assistant coaches with him, and I don't know if we can say that about what was just there with Brett Brown. I don't know who his assistants were. So now with you getting Doc, you're also going to get a great team of coaches, and if you get a great team of coaches on that team, we'll see.
Yeah.
It really could help. You know what I mean? Both offensively as well as defensively. So
I think there's less pressure on Doc in Philly than there was with the Clippers in L.A.
There's not. It's not L.A. Let's just
not
start
LA.
it there. It's not L.A.
And the expectations are high, but they're not as high as the Clippers. Ballmer paid a lot of money for that team. First of all, he bought the Forum.
He bought Doc
to be able to
build
build a new stadium in Inglewood. Also, he had to buy I'm not sure that whole deal, but he had to buy the Forum.
Are they going to tear down the Forum?
I don't think they're tearing it down.
Yeah, because they still make money.
Do something else with it. Yeah, but he's done a lot. This is not Donald Sterling. This is a new ownership in Clipperland, and we got to get past the second round.
Yeah,
we just gave up the whole team. We gave up our future draft picks for Paul George, who's saying that.
No, not Paul George.
I mean George. Wait. Play awful P.
Play awful P, and
P.
I'm PG 13%.
Yeah. So they gave up everything for play awful P, and he went in the media after the series and said it wasn't championship or bust this year.
Who did?
Play awful P. He said that in the media after the game, and Ballmer is like, "Yo, yes, it is." Yeah. And if the coach is not relaying that to the players, and that's not the mindset, then you got to go, because we just gave up everything for this dude and for this dude. So it is championship or bust, and you got a 2-year window to do it.
Yeah.
And
or else we crack this thing back open.
And when you have that stigma of you're the only coach that's 3 times given up a 3-1 lead in a playoff series, that's not good for you.
Man, that's crazy.
It's not good for you. Who is the coach of the Clippers now? Do you think they just bring up Ty Lue or Sam Cassell?
I saw Ty Lue today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
I did. You talk to him?
I did. He always remembers my face, doesn't know my name. But that's cool. But he always when somebody sees you in their face and they light up like, hey, all right. So that was nice. But do I think it's Ty Lue? Actually, it was funny because me and some of the guys in the gym earlier were talking about that, and I don't think so. I actually feel like, and I think I might have said this already, I definitely could see Lawrence Frank pulling a Greg Popovich and taking a step downstairs and saying, I can coach this team. Outside of him, it's tough. It's tough because it really comes down to there's not a whole lot of options.
And they talked about Jason Kidd maybe, who's in the system with the Lakers right now. But him and Lawrence Frank, because Lawrence Frank is in front office.
That's right.
They didn't get along
in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn.
So, no, that's a no. That's a heck no. Seriously. So, yeah. I'm telling you, I could see Lawrence Frank has done the dance where he's been a coach, then gone back to the bench, then, I'm the coach again. And he's kind of done that.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked if it was like, we don't, Lawrence Frank. Like, I wouldn't be absolutely shocked.
Yeah. And I don't know, because there aren't really any big names out there.
No, there's none.
Except somebody like Ty Lue. Here's the thing with Ty Lue, why I think it would work just financial-wise, which Steve Ballmer has a lot of money. I don't think he cares about the finances. But they're already paying him, so you just get a raise and get promoted.
Yeah.
But then you still bring another assistant to pay.
Yeah.
But
they have assistants, so
yeah.
We'll see.
I do think I personally do think it's going to be Ty Lue.
Yeah?
I do think it's going to be Ty Lue. I don't know why. I just have that feeling. He wanted to be the coach of the Lakers. Lakers didn't want to give him a big deal, last year.
Yeah.
So I think they brought him in as an assistant just in case this coach doesn't work out. You have a head coach
championship coach
that won a championship, that took his team to the finals. I think that's the smart move. Just promote Ty Lue. You already know what the culture of the Clippers is. You already know what Ballmer wants.
Yeah.
So you just move him up instead of going on this crazy coaching search. Unless he wants to, Ballmer might like some coaches out there.
Yeah.
So he might go out there and, maybe it's a college coach, because college right now, we don't even know where that's going to be.
God,
so maybe
I
you
hope
just
not.
pull in, who knows?
Well, and the reason I say I hope not, because they need I think really it's going to come down to who does Kawhi want, and then a dash of Paul George.
Yeah.
because in the end, Kawhi is what, like 28, 29, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So if he's your horse that you're really trying to push and he's gonna take the Clippers to that next level, then he's got to be happy, and that's really the main focus, is getting them to the championship, but then also making sure Kawhi stays there for the long haul. So
yeah. All right. Armando said Donald Trump tested positive for COVID-19. I haven't read that. I know he's been quarantined.
Way.
He's been quarantined because one of his aides had got COVID-19.
I thought you were about to say one of his aides has AIDS.
This guy.
I almost
All right. And not getting into politics at all.
Yeah.
We'll stand down for that.
It was a rough Wednesday.
Yeah.
Definitely a rough Wednesday. Or Tuesday.
Yeah, and I'm glad I missed it all. All right. What else in the NBA? I know there's Kyrie Irving and KD. He was on KD's podcast saying that the Nets coach, it'll be a collaborative effort between him, KD, and Steve Nash. Pretty much said they don't really need a coach. What do you think about this? And he said, I don't, to quote him, I don't really see us having a head coach. KD could be head coach. I could be head coach, a head coach someday. Some days.
Okay.
So now they just got a new head coach in Steve Nash.
Yeah,
they pretty much had to sign off on that. Is this already before the season even starts? You're already throwing some daggers at the new coach, somebody that is already being criticized for not ever having head coaching experience.
Not being a coach.
You know?
Shady boots say it isn't so. I mean, look, that's very shady. Could they be? Sure. But I don't know if we've said this on this show, but I'll say it right now. The difference between when Bill Russell was a player coach, or I'm trying to think some of the others. I think Al Attles was a player coach at one point too. The difference between those generations and now, there's so much more time dedicated to being a coach.
Yeah.
Both in terms of film work and advanced scouting and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of, like, Kyrie goes to the club, KD goes to the club. You can't live that life if you trying to say, "Oh, I'm gonna be a player coach." It's not possible. So don't even let that kind of stuff come out your mouth, because it's stupid and it's unnecessary. And you have a coach who is in the Hall of Fame already. Kyrie, you might get to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You're still fringe because your numbers are okay. They're, you know what I mean, like, in terms of when he's played, but he's missed so many games that when it comes down to it, his numbers aren't going to be high enough if he keeps messing around missing games.
And Durant agreed with Irving, saying it's going to be a collaborative effort for this coach. So maybe that's why they chose Steve Nash, because they knew, like, listen, he's not really a coach. He'll be there to fill a coaching position. But this could definitely be an issue. Irving said, Steve is great, and I have a relationship with him that's going to build over time, bro. Steve don't know me from anything he heard or he's heard someone else. We've worked out one time in 2014, but it's grown as just a respectful relationship from afar. I saw him at Hall of Fame 2 years ago, gave him a big hug, and now he's the coach, and I think it's going to change the way we see coaches.
I don't know how to feel.
I don't know. I don't know how
to feel.
And we'll see how it works out. This is one of those things we're just gonna have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting with that dynamic, because that could be, or it couldn't be.
And I'm still interested to see how the dynamic between Kyrie and KD is gonna work out, because right now everything's good, everything's happy.
We're on each other's podcast.
Yeah, once these two guys particularly face some adversity.
Once somebody kisses somebody else's baby mama, it turns into a different ball of wax.
You know? And so I think once there's some drama, it could go sideways really quick, because they're both two very emotional basketball players. They both want to win. KD is definitely a winner. We've seen him win. Kyrie has definitely won as well.
Yeah,
but
game-winning shot.
With Kyrie, getting hurt all the time and wanting to sit out all the time. Is KD going to put up with that?
Yeah, I mean,
is he going to be upset like, yo, I'm out here playing every night?
Yeah.
Why do you take all this time off, man? How come
Yeah.
you get one injury, you want to sit out for a month because of it?
Yeah.
That might be an issue, I think.
I mean, listen, KD really hasn't had many injuries, if you really think about it. He had the Achilles. Okay, think about another time.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I think he did have that one time where Russell Westbrook kind of stepped forward when they were together in OKC. But any other time, it really was always KD, and Russ was always having the knee issues. So for me, yeah, that's exactly to your point. The second Kyrie is taking his load management or, I sprained my ankle and now I'm out for a month and a half. When he does that and now KD has to go kill himself with a bad Achilles,
yeah,
there definitely will be some feelings to massage.
And just to follow up on the report that has nothing to do with sports, it is Trump test positive for the coronavirus along with the First Lady.
No way.
So we'll see.
No way. That still hasn't popped up on my phone.
Yeah.
I typed in Trump has COVID and it's kind of everything.
It's all over Twitter now.
Wow. Whoa.
Yep.
That's listen, you can dislike somebody, you can, first off, you shouldn't hate anyone, but as many people dislike Trump, I don't think anybody really is wishing death on anyone.
Yeah.
I would at
Hopefully
least
not.
hope. I would at least hope.
Unfortunately, I think there are a lot of people that do.
Yeah. Even in being serious,
yeah.
too. Like, and it's like, listen, especially when it comes down to they have children together with Barron, you know what I mean? And then he has other children. Like, you don't want anybody to just go. That's terrible.
Yep. That's one thing if you don't want him reelected, which is fine. But and another thing, man, I don't want to get too deep into politics. Quit hating people if they vote for someone that you don't think they should vote for. Quit telling people who to vote for.
Yeah.
It's getting ridiculous out there. You're hating people for no reason. You're yelling at people for just
the division.
Back in the day, we used to not even
care.
Or not even that. You
it.
didn't talk about who you voted for. It was something
it was
you just didn't talk about.
your business, and my thing is this. And I had a whole situation yesterday off of my post, and listen, if someone votes for someone else, that doesn't make them a white supremacist. It doesn't make them a racist. You know what I mean? Listen. You have to test people's spirit.
Yeah.
You have to test people's spirit. And just the fact that someone votes for someone else, they might be feeling something that leads them that way. There's a lot of things going on in this world that leads people a certain way.
And there's a whole bunch of things you look at in a political party because, that you're voting for him because of these things, not because of this thing that you want to pick out. Well, if you vote for him because you think he's racist, then you must be racist too. I think that's ignorant to throw that on other people.
That has to stop. It just does.
Yeah.
I get it that, I don't understand why someone will vote for that. But at the same time, listen, test them out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but moving on.
Because they might be good people and you're hating people for no reason.
A lot of good people.
We got to chill with that.
We have to
that's how I
stop.
feel.
That has to stop.
But yeah, I mean, listen, man, pray for him if you want to pray for him. If you don't want to pray, don't pray. But, pray for everybody's health.
Pray for our country.
We're in that season, right, where everyone needs, that in their lives because we just never know. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
100%.
All right, moving on to the UFC, and I got Lakers in 4 now. Moving on to the UFC, a lot going on right now, man. Conor has been acting up. He posted screenshots of him and Dana White's conversation, which is, you just don't do that. You never post screenshots of a text message. A text conversation is private between you and that person. Josh. Well, you're to Joshy.
I'm to Joshy. No, listen. No, okay. I'll put it this way. If I say something and then you say something, but I have proof that I'm right and you trying to lie on me, no.
Which
I got
John Jones had said that too.
I got receipts.
Dana had told him something on text and was saying
something totally different, talking something totally different in public, and then gonna besmirch my good name. No, I'm gonna go and cover my good name, and if I have the text to prove it, here they are. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, no, I 100% understand that because Dana has come out and said some things quietly or taking quiet digs at Conor or at some of the fighters. And it's a way to kind of quietly, like, bully people to stay in line. But it's like when some of these guys get to a certain point in their career when they're so big.
Well, Conor is almost bigger than the UFC because I think he can go anywhere
and do anything
and make money. He can go into boxing by himself and fight Pacquiao like he wants to do.
Yeah.
He could do that by himself.
Yep.
He doesn't need the UFC to back him up as a promotion this time like they did last time.
Well, see, but I think the thing is, though, even though he's retired, and I'm using finger quotes, he's still under contract because I'm sure he probably still has fights on his deal. So if he goes out and fights and it's like, hey, you're retired, technically I'm sure there's plenty of trap doors where it's like, yeah, you can't fight at all, period. And that's what's probably holding him up in a lot of ways. And it sucks because these fighters can't get away.
Which, I mean, look, that's a contract.
Yeah, I mean, which
is smart on both sides. Yeah. You protect your business, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But UFC did offer McGregor and Poirier a contract to fight again.
Yeah.
Which I think right now, if, because you really don't want Conor to have to fight with no fans, but at the same time, you can't hold him off for a year not knowing when we're going to be allowed to have fans.
Yeah, just because.
So I think this is a really good fight for him. It's not a huge name in Poirier, but it's a big enough name, like especially in the MMA world where the MMA fans are going to be happy.
Yeah.
And then the fans of just Conor who don't care about MMA but see Conor, they're going to get a good fight.
Yeah.
I think he should take it, man. I'm not sure what's going on with him and Dana. I don't know if he's acting, wanting to be larger than life.
He wants more money.
Exactly.
Most of the time, whenever this stuff starts popping off, it always comes down to it's keep the main thing the main thing. And
do you think this fight will happen? Do you think Conor and Poirier will happen, or do you think that he's going to be done with UFC for a minute and just try to focus on Pacquiao being his next fight? Which that fight cannot happen in front of no fans.
Both of them.
You can't do that one in front of no fans.
Yeah, both of those groups. Because Pacquiao has his Filipino group that's larger than life, and then Conor has his Irish group that's larger than life. So, that one cannot happen without fans. The Poirier fight, they actually had already started to agree to fighting for charity, which I found was very interesting because I was like, how are they going to make that work? But they both had talked about that. So then for the UFC to turn right around and offer that fight, I do think that actually could happen, and I probably see that happening in maybe November, December, because they haven't really stretched the schedule out that far yet.
Well, and they talked about the Poirier fight and Conor would be January 23rd.
Oh, that's too far. Why that far?
It's already October.
Conor's in freaking great shape.
He is. I mean,
I just saw his picture online maybe about 2 or 3 days ago.
Well, at the same time, his last fight lasted 43 seconds, so he didn't do any damage.
He ain't got no injuries.
Yeah.
Maybe to his hand.
So his management saying the desire is to fight Manny Pacquiao and have a charity sparring match with Poirier instead of the proposed January 23rd. So they want to do something outside of UFC. Listen, man, him and Dana are always going back and forth.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's about money.
It's about money.
If they give him the right money and the right deal, he'll do it.
Yeah.
But Conor always wants to make it look, at least appear, that he's in control of the whole situation.
Yeah.
If he is or not.
Yeah.
That's the way he wants it to appear. So we'll see what happens, man. I really hope it happens. Of course, Dustin Poirier would love that. Poirier would love that fight.
Heck yeah,
that's a payday,
it's
bro.
Free money for him.
That's a payday, and a big fight for him.
Mm-hmm.
If he did win that fight, that'd be huge for him.
Yeah, it would.
To bring him, because he's fallen off a little bit. His stock's fallen off a little
bit.
And
his name is also falling. So that still is a big win for him. It's a stepping stone victory for Conor. It's another step up in that division, that weight class. You beat Cowboy, now you turn around and beat Dustin. It would be another good win.
Paulo Costa wants a rematch. He got dominated. Israel Adesanya fought a perfect fight in my mind.
Yeah.
I watched it again the other day, and he fought a perfect fight. Paulo Costa could do nothing. He didn't fight his fight because I don't think he thought he could fight his fight. A lot of people, why wasn't he going in? Why wasn't he being aggressive like he is? He knew he couldn't be that aggressive. If you try to be that aggressive against Adesanya, you're getting handled. You're getting knocked out. You can't go in that hard against somebody that's quick and this technical.
Yeah.
But you have to, because if that's your fight, that's what you have to win or lose on that.
You still have to fall out on your own sword. I'm not going to just allow you to just dictate everything in this ring. Otherwise, there's no reason for me to show up, and I'm going to get beat the way he got beat. My main thing, and the reason that I was so frustrated, and Jamal kind of backed me on this, was mainly like when you have your moments, you've got to turn it into a dirty fight. You can't allow him to get out. You can't allow him to reassert himself, because like there were moments where he started kind of working through him, and because it wasn't as if Izzy was walking him down. He kept pressing the action and was stepping into him, but Izzy just kept kind of moving. And when he finally got up against that cage, we talked about it before too. Abu Dhabi had a much bigger cage than what was here at the Apex.
Yep.
And if it would have been at the Apex, who knows? It might have been a little different fight. So,
So Costa wasn't happy when he saw the replay, right? Because live, I don't think he saw when he got pretty much knocked out. When Adesanya was coming off his back, he kind of humped his back.
Oh, yeah,
and Costa didn't realize that during the fight, but he saw the replay. He saw the internet reaction to that, which it was a little bit disrespectful, but that's Adesanya. You guys have been talking mad mess this whole time.
Yeah.
So I understand why he did it. I wouldn't particularly ever do that.
Well,
on another guy's back.
But we're also,
we're not fighters.
We're not fighters. We would get beat up.
Paulo Costa said, I come here to talk about the actions that the human trash did after our fight. I didn't see when I was there in the cage, but I saw now. I disapprove 100%. To me, this is mortal now. Nobody will stop me. Nobody can stop me. I want my rematch. You know I'm waiting for you. Something happened to me before the fight. Here comes the excuses. I'm not making excuses here to my people, to my fans, but I will 100%. I would be 100% to fight him and make him pay. That's my word. He did have the cupping on his legs, on both legs. You can see the cupping marks. So he had treatment, whatever. Which sometimes that's just
it's soreness.
Exactly. So the excuses coming out though. Listen, man, no excuses in the fight game.
He got beat.
You got worked.
He got beat.
If there was something where you really couldn't fight, cancel the fight so you don't get worked, because you're not getting a rematch anytime soon.
No.
Not getting dominated that.
Because now he's going. Especially, it was only the second round. It's not like this fight went deep and you had moments. He had
0 moments.
He had literally a half a moment. It wasn't even a full moment.
He had a leg kick that pretty much got caught.
Yeah.
He got hit with it, but that was
But no, he
didn't hit his face at all.
I don't think so.
Israel said he didn't get hit one time.
I don't.
Yeah, I didn't see it hit to his face.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
What else we got
Crazy.
in the UFC?
Adesanya, now John Jones, they're going back and forth. Do you think we could see, we see John Jones, he vacated the light heavyweight belt.
Yeah.
Talked about moving up to heavyweight.
Once that
now
fight.
Jan Blachowicz, he wants to fight John Jones.
Yeah.
Now John Jones is saying, maybe I'll come back down. John Jones is just a Twitter warrior going back and forth.
He wants to fight everyone.
Not knowing where he wants to go. Him and Adesanya could definitely match up in light heavyweight.
Do you think? Izzy's I don't know if Izzy gets up that heavy.
I think he could. I don't think John Jones goes down. Daniel Cormier said that Izzy's the best light heavyweight out there, and he's not even light heavyweight. But he's saying that he would be the best light heavyweight.
Uh-oh.
So we don't know. Maybe he goes up, and maybe he's going to be a champ.
Cormier got involved. Uh-oh.
So maybe Cormier saying that to get John Jones to go back to light heavyweight to have. But right now, Blachowicz has the title. He beat Reyes. Could you see maybe Izzy trying to go up to light heavyweight and fight him, or maybe him and John Jones meet to see who? I mean, listen,
there's a lot of options.
A Jones Adesanya fight would be huge right now.
It would be big.
It'd be huge.
It would be big. It'd definitely be big, and that would be a cool fight to possibly even entice Izzy to then go to that division. Because if he goes up and beats the GOAT, well then I guess I should be here.
Exactly.
And maybe I could do both. You know what I mean? So, but if he goes up and the GOAT turns him back down, it's not like he loses his belt. He doesn't lose his belt. He has nothing on the line. So that actually that's a perfect little fight.
Little fight.
Well, I mean, mega fight.
Mega fight.
Perfect mega fight.
Listen, I'm super, super excited about that. We have another fight this weekend, Holly Holm versus Aldana. That's awesome in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi.
So
that should be a good fight. We'll see what Holly does. Her last fight, it was the Connor card, I believe.
Mhm.
She didn't fight her fight, man. She won, but
Yeah.
it just she wasn't doing what she normally does. So we'll see what she does in this
she's
fight.
still a name.
Yeah.
She's still the biggest name outside of the Lioness.
I'll put Valentina up there.
Oh, sorry, and Valentina.
Yeah. Put
Yeah, and
Valentina
then
up there.
Rose. I mean Rose, but like in
But
terms of
she's
her
definitely number
activity,
3, I
her
think.
activity, Holly fights.
She's probably the third
She fights.
top name in women's MMA.
I mean, she fights 2 to 3 times every year.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to fight that consistent and still, she still pulls numbers, she still gets people behind her. She's the preacher's daughter.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Listen, a lot going on, a lot of MMA. It's fun, man. We're in a good season. And going back to the Israel and John Jones potential fight, I wouldn't want to see that without fans either.
You know what? I would
That's
say
when
this.
I would love to see the crowd. I mean,
The crowd would be dope, but I'd say this. I feel like, especially if it's because John Jones talking about ripping his arms off, all that kind of stuff. That one, I like certain fights because now you can hear the trash talk. Now you can hear them start to talk to each other.
That's real.
And those little things. So the little nuances of that, especially if the fight goes long and goes kind of and really has, ebb and flows and everything, I could see that actually still being very enticing.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, man, we're here every Thursday and Monday, usually 1 p.m. West Coast time. Sometimes we might do a nighttime show. But check us out, man. We appreciate everyone for tuning in live right here on Unnamed Sports Show. If you missed it, check out the replay. And check us out tomorrow, Speak Life Radio, 1 p.m. West Coast time on GorillaCross.com. We're going to have some dope hip-hop album reviews, music reviews, video reviews, all that good stuff right here on Unnamed Sports Show. Josh, it's been fun, man.
Yes, sir.
It's been fun. You're tired.
I am. It's time to go to bed.
Go to bed, man. Go to bed.
Guys.
My name is Claudia Gadelia. I'm a UFC fighter, and I'm watching Unnamed Sports Show.